I'm not a PGA Tour player. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. At least not yet. My name is AJ Porter, and I'm a 28-year-old marketing professional trying to make the jump to compete, grow a brand, and see just how far I can take this game. And I'm documenting every part of that journey. The training, the tournaments, the setbacks, everything that goes on behind the scenes. Are you joining the journey?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another episode of AJ Porter Golf. So this week I'm going to be discussing everything that I learned at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. So I learned a lot of things, right? I've been to a couple of pro events before, so it wasn't too out of the ordinary for me, but I definitely feel like I learned a lot from this event. One thing of which was just how amazing the short games were, man. Like, they got up and down for some positions, and there was even a shot. I was walking around with Liam James, who coaches Thorbjorn Olsen, and he had like this 40-yarder over a bunker, and Liam was like, yeah, like he needs to hold this to make the cut, and like, yeah, he has a very realistic chance to do so. And he lived out. And like, I'm looking at this shot, I'm like, man, if I could get that shot to 20 feet, I would be happy with it. And he's talking about holding it. So like, that to me was a really big indicator in terms of what I personally need to improve, within my game. So that's going to be a really big one. One of the other ones that I thought was kind of interesting, I was sitting there with James, and we were watching this hole number 12, which is par 3 out there. It's like 185 yards. And all these dudes are just like missing the green. Like left, right. Most of them were missing left, which is like the proper side to miss it on. But like, they were hitting some terrible shots. But like, most of them, if you go back and look at their scorecards, they made par. And so it's like, okay, like, these guys are hitting not a lot of great shots, but yet they still are some of the best players in the world. Like, how does that add up? And I think the skill of acceptance, which those of you who follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen me posting about this. Like, they just have such a level of, hey, wherever I hit this thing, it's going to be fine, and I'm going to go up there and do it again. I don't have that in my game. And so I think one of the really big pieces that I'm sort of hoping to implement this year is going to be the acceptance and the skill of short game. So that was really interesting. I mean, I think, look, they obviously hit the ball pretty far for a lot of these guys. I hit it pretty far. They all hit it solid. I hit it pretty solid. Like, really, the biggest things that stood out to me were the short game and the mental side. Like, obviously, unfortunately, can't see what's going on in their brains in terms of decision-making and different things. But you notice that they don't get it into trouble, and then they don't make just dumb decisions, right? So I think whenever I look back on like a lot of my different tournament rounds, I notice, okay, well, this was a dumb decision. This was a dumb decision. I shouldn't have done this. And I've left like 6 strokes out there and I've shot, whatever, 75. And it's like, okay, like they would have turned that 75 into like a 68. And I think that's really, some of the biggest things and gaps that I have to, figure out how to do within my game. A lot of that I think comes from decision making and just hitting the shot that you know that you can hit and just accept it. Doesn't always have to be the perfect shot. Just have some level of predictability of curve. And the final thing I think that I learned, there's no one way to do it. Standing up on that tee, I mean, I saw so many different ball flights. I saw moon balls. I saw flighted ones. I saw chippy ones. I saw big fades. I saw draws. Like, everybody was hitting a different shot, and it was their shot. And I think that's kind of one of the biggest patterns and biggest things that I really learned from this tournament is there's no one way. So I think it's kind of sitting down and figuring out for me personally what that one way looks like for me. And, it may be different day to day. I think for a lot of players, it can kind of be different day to day, but just sitting down and analyzing and being like, okay, here's how I'm going to improve my short game. And I'll be posting some drills on the channel with that. I'll be having another chat with Gareth coming up over the mental side of things that you guys can hopefully take a lot from that. And we may even potentially do a series on mental development that you all can follow along with, doing things like meditation and the sort. And then the last one is just me kind of talking through shots and being like, okay, well, this is my way that I see this shot playing and just hitting it. I think a lot of times I kind of fall into the victim of I can hit all the shots, so I just never know which one is the right one. And the right one is the one that you see when you first immediately go up to the ball. That's your shot. Commit to it, stick to it, sort of all those things. So thanks for watching, guys. A little bit of a different video this week. I have some exciting stuff coming, but just wanted to jump on here real quick and just kind of talk to you face to face. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for joining the journey.